Hey guys, people on YouTube. I want to do a video on a old 4Runner we got in a shop here. I like doing videos on stuff that I can't find on YouTube. I know it's kind of weird, but I like doing videos about things that I can't find on YouTube about a certain vehicle. And if I run across that vehicle and I end up doing something to it on something I can't find, then I keep that in mind and I try to do a video on it. If you've seen my other videos, you're probably wondering what happened to the 460 and the F-150. Well, it's outside right now. It's kind of on the back burner right now. That don't pay no money because it's mine, and this pays some money. So, with that said, this guy, he lives up there kind of towards the mountains a little bit, not far from me. I live in the mountains too. I live in South Carolina. I live up here close to Table Rock in South Carolina. Anyway, this guy had this thing sitting in his barn. Been sitting in there for a few years. His son had flipped it, hit a big, I guess like a big concrete rock or block or whatever it was, and he rolled it, put it on its side. Now, just to show you kind of what's going on with it, it's got some body damage down through here. It does look pretty bad. I've had about 2 or 3 body shops tell me that it wouldn't be a problem to fix, but for me, I'm more shocked that this glass here didn't break. None of this glass broke. I replaced this door, but he had it sitting in his barn. He wanted to get it up and going. Brand new motor. I've had problems out of it. I've got a video on some Toyota headlights I did of the LED lights. That's the inside. It's a mess in there. I got the computer laying in the floor and whatnot. He wants a lift kit put on it, and he wants a running, driving lift kit put on. Wants new seals in the doors, and wants the heater cable put in. I might do a video on the heater cable. I'm not sure. But I am definitely going to do a video on this. Now, part of this, what was I saying? Shit. Part of this lift kit here, hang on one second. I'll get back to you in just a second. Part of this lift kit, I couldn't find any videos on YouTube. The lift kit that he got to put on it is basically a leveling kit. It's like 1.5 inches plus a leveling kit. Pro Comp. It's got it came with new shocks. It came with the U-bolts. Came with the blocks. It came with add a leaf in the rear. And it is Pro Comp. So it's a cool kit. This right here, yeah, new brakes all the way around. I forgot to mention that. I had to basically rebuild all of this right here. I had to rebuild like the hub and shit. It's been a long road with this thing. This thing's been aggravating. I had fuel delivery problems. I had antifreeze leak problems. I've had a little bit of electrical problems, not bad. It runs now, runs great, runs on all 4, runs like a champ. I'm gonna have to play with the timing a little bit, because when you put a load on it going, if you rev it too high in one gear, it just acts crazy. It acts like the It's like, it sounds like the motor's ticking, but I know the timing can't be right. I'm pretty sure that's what's wrong with it. All right, so let's get into what this video is about. So, as you can see, this thing has leaf springs in the front. I've done that side over there already. And I haven't put any, I've got some weight over there, but I didn't want to do both sides at the same time because I was scared the axle would move. I was scared stuff would move around that I didn't want to move around, and I was worried about it was going to create a big old mess. So I'm doing one side at a time. I got reasons why I'm doing that, so you don't have to do it this way, but I'm going to pretty much tell you what you have to do this kit. The rear add a leaf, that's pretty self-explanatory. You take the leaf springs loose, you just add in the leaf and then put everything back. No big deal. This is a little bit different. This has got a straight axle with the leaf springs in the front. Now, the kit come with new leaf springs, which means these old ones have to come out. Well, I couldn't find any videos on how to take the leaf springs out of a 4Runner and put them back. Like I've said before in my other videos, I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to pretty much tell you how to do it. Because I see videos all the time, people video them working on it. Well, if they're working on it, I mean, that's not giving you any kind of helpful information. If you're on here watching these videos, you know how to turn a wrench. I mean, it's it's that simple. So, back to the 460 on a side note. I'm going to do another video of it in the daylight this time. I've got a little bit further with it. I've actually got the motor set in. But it's really close to running. This had come up. I could have used the money, so I took this on. This wasn't exactly a small, short project, so I went ahead and took it on. So, these are the original shocks. And the reason I say that is because it's got Toyota. Wait a minute, where we go? Toyota. Okay. I'm not going to say this thing hasn't been taken care of, because for the most part it has, mechanically. But there are things with this that's been neglected, and I'm seeing it and I'm dealing with it now. Okay. To get the leaf spring off, one of the first things you'll have to do is you will have to put a jack underneath the axle. Don't put a little bit of pressure on it. Don't put much. Just enough to hold it where it's at. Tie rod ends, you don't have to mess with that. You are going to have to take the sway bar off. I got this end right here loose. Yeah, you can see the gap in there. I got it loose. It's going to have to come off right there. I got a new kit to put on it. Here in a second, I'm going to show you the other side. The finished side. I've already done the driver's side. We're on the passenger side now. You take the shock off. You take the sway bar link out of it. After that, you're going to take these U-bolts here. You're going to take these U-bolts completely off. And U-bolts in there, take it completely off. It's not going to go anywhere. You might have to play with the jack a little bit to find out where the tension is letting off at. When you let the tension off, you're going to have a nut back here. You're going to have a nut back there, and then you got a nut up here. When you take this nut off, take that off. This back here is made a little bit different. You don't have that. So, you take that nut off, and then you may have to remove the front drive shaft. I haven't done this side yet, so looks like the drive shaft's going to be in the way. So, you might have to just drop the drive shaft from the front just to give you a little bit more room. After you do that, the other side, to get that out, I had to use my torch. I got an acetylene cutting torch. And I don't even really cut anything with it. I just really just heat stuff up with it. I sprayed that thing, and on the other side, I sprayed it and sprayed it and sprayed it and hit it and hit it and hit it, and it wouldn't move. I put some heat to it. I ended up melting the bushings that are in here, because, you know, back in the day when this was made, when this old C10 here was made, they used rubber for bushings. Now they use that, what was that, polyurethane, whatever it is. It's supposed to last so many years or whatever. But anyway, that ain't the point. So I had to heat it up. It come right out. Come right out, no problem. I'm not saying you have to use heat to get it out. I'm saying it's probably going to make it a lot easier. Be careful with these, though. Be careful not to damage the threads on them. Try not to damage the nut. You can probably go to Tractor Supply, you know, Ace Hardware, and you can get another nut to find it. But it's an off thread size. I can't remember the thread size now, but because I had to put a new nut over there because I damaged the nut. I did damage the studs, but I cut a little. I damaged just enough to where I could cut a little bit off. Cut a little bit off of it and was able to repair it. So when you get that off, you just kind of fish this leaf spring here. You kind of just fish it out and fish the new one in, and then it goes right in. A problem that I had is the new one. See how flat this is? It's real flat. Okay. Let me get up. Takes me a minute. Oh, man. I'm only 33 years old, but God, I feel so old. Okay. And see, this is the leaf spring from the other side. You can actually see. Yeah, that's the side eye. See, I heated that up. You can tell I heated it up. So, see how flat that is? I mean, that's pretty, for the most part, that's pretty flat to be a leaf spring. They're the original leaf springs. So, you see how this one is? See how curved it is? Okay. When I put them two together, it worried me how curved it was. I was like, man, that's going to be a pain. That's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. Really wasn't all that bad. Remember when I said put a jack under the axle? That is a very important step. Because you can let the axle down on one side without all this stuff hooked up. And it'll drop down enough to where you can get this thing in here. This is an 85 4Runner. I've got an 86 Toyota pickup that's like this. It's kind of that tan, yellow looking color I can't stand. That's what it's got. So, anyway, that's, like I say, I'm not doing no work. I'm not videoing me working on it. One, I can't hold the camera and turn a wrench at the same time. Probably could, but I'm not gonna fight that. Two, if you're watching this video, you know how to turn a wrench. If you don't know how to turn a wrench, there's plenty of videos you can look up on how to turn a wrench, I'm sure. This right here is the finish side. We got some pretty Pro Comp shocks. You see the new leaf spring in. I know you're probably thinking, whoa, he really scratched them bad boys up. Well, I didn't do that, but they've been thrown around out here. But I'm sure I did put some scratches on it putting it in. And there's the new link kit. And there is the new actual holding it up to the frame. That's actually a pain in the ass. You wouldn't think it would be, but that's actually a pretty pain in the ass. And I love this front end. With that big ball in there, no lower control arm, no upper control arm. Well, I guess that would be considered a control arm right there. No like ball joints or anything. I mean, it's got that thing, but and that bar comes up to this and connects to that, and then you got these rods in here. I think I got new bushings for them. I'm actually gonna have to put them in. I gotta figure out how to take tension off of them. But I'll be honest with you. Good Lord. I'm dropping my phone. Yeah, you're probably wondering why there's not a concrete floor in here. Well, around here, concrete is really expensive, and I was trying to make some quick money. I've turned over a lot of work in here. Ooh, a quarter. I've turned over a lot of work in here and done pretty well for myself in here. The shop's already paid for itself and the work that I've done here so far. So it's I'm real happy with everything that I did. The shop still needs the roll-up door put up. You're probably wondering, whoa, got a fan in here? I got a fan in here. I got an old school wood heater in here. Got my race car tire in here. Got my refrigerator I just got my beer out of. Got my drill press, sandblasting cabinet, which does not belong to me. That's my neighbor's. I told him he could put it in here. 2 pressure washers that need work. Gas powered air compressor. Don't really need no work, but runs good. Weed eater in the corner. It needs to be fixed. Steel weed eater right there needs to be fixed. Got a Chinese four-wheeler in here. That's my brother's. It's going to be fixed. That's my torch. Generator. It's going to be. That's scrap, by the way. But that's a generator. It don't really have no issues. I've figured out what it was now. It didn't have no oil in it. It wouldn't crank. So if you have a Predator generator and it don't crank and it wants to backfire, it sounds like a gunshot, you might want to check the oil in it. It's got a oil safety switch in it. You might want to look at that. The bushing kit that I got, that's everything that it come with. See this N-Link bushing kit? It come with 8. I don't really understand why it come with 2 sets. Because that's a 1 set. And then here's the other set. What's that say? Prothane motion control. I think this is kind of like the energy suspension kit. I had an old ZR2 S10. I put one of these kits on. They're really nice. That's the new Link kit. That's actually, that one right there will actually finish this side. This side right here, I'll probably end up putting it on my truck because I can't put it on this. So, yeah. So, the rear end here, that's going to be no problem. What's funny is, I got this thing jacked up, and it raised up in the back. If I let that thing down, the whole thing will come back down in the rear. It's crazy. You would think it would sit down in the back, but it don't. Oh, that needs worked on too. Carburetor. That definitely needs worked on. Oh, 66 C10. Bad truck. Bad truck. It'd be bad with that motor in it. That's a 327 coming out of a Chevelle. I think it was a Chevelle. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, I wanted to do a video. Just pretty much telling you what you had to do to take this off. Anybody got any questions, comments? I'll take any comments, negative, positive, don't matter. I ain't perfect. I don't have a $30,000 shop, and I'm not going to. I do this kind of stuff on the side, and I work at a steel mill. You know, I like working on stuff out here. It's like 40 degrees right now, and I could work out here all night. I mean, I work outside anyway. Don't hurt my feelings. So, just doing the 4Runner project. That's probably my retirement project, but I'll take any comments or whatever. I'll do another video on the 460 thing. I've done some more to it, so once this 4Runner's done and out of here, that will come back in here, and I'll definitely get it running. I'll do another video of it running also. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a video on how to get them leaf springs out because I couldn't find anything on them. That really needs to be cleaned up. But I think he's getting rid of these rims. I think he's got another set of rims he's going to put on them. I'm going to see what he's got to have for these tires. They're wore down fairly good. Well, they got a little bit of life left in them. They got some dry rot in the sidewall, but I'd like to put them on my truck. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate anybody that's got any questions or anything. I'm more than happy to answer them. This thing's been one heck of a headache. Anybody that might know why Toyota didn't put the last R in 4Runner would like to know. No, it didn't fall off because the other side is the exact same. Go back in this video recording right now. It's not another side, but 4Runny or 4Run. No, I thought that was kind of odd. There's not even no outline of it, or they just didn't put it there. It's crazy. I guess that's pretty much it. We at 20 minutes and 32 seconds. I was actually expecting this video to be 25 minutes, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to get these leaf springs out. I'm actually going to work on this side this week and this weekend. Or try to do that rear end. And lift kit will be put on. And you can already tell. Now it's sitting on jack stands fairly evenly. And you can tell how high up. I know the fenders are not on it, but when you're looking at it like that, that's a lot of space right there. And there's not that much space on the other side. There shouldn't be anyway. If there is, there is. But how flat them things are, it'll raise it back up. Oh yeah. She'll raise them back up. Because if you see how curved this is, and these things don't really weigh all that much. See how curved that thing is? You come out here and see how flat this one is. These leaf springs were wore out, so. And I put some new shocks on my 86 Toyota. And shocks isn't going to raise it up any. And if it does, it's not enough to notice. But it rides a heck of a lot better. So if you're rolling around in a car or truck that it just rides rough as hell, change them shocks. That'll make a difference. Trust me. If you're looking to raise it, you got to look at the components other than the shocks. You got to look at different components. I've heard of people told me, I did it to my S10, cranking them torsion bars up. Got to be careful about that. You will tear a front end up if you turn them up too much. Turn them down too much, you'll tear up the front end. There's a tolerance that they got to be in without tearing the front end up. So the guy that owns this has put a lot of money in this. He ordered that motor brand new from Jasper. He's put new brakes all the way around. He's put a lot of money in this truck. New clutch. He's put a lot of new parts on it. Lift kit. Hell, that lift kit alone was about $400. So he's put a lot of money into it. So I'm trying to get it fixed up right. Do this. Put the heater cable in the windows and the rubber in the windows. I'm going to bring it back outside. I'm going to pressure wash it, and I'm going to give it back to him because it runs and dries like it's supposed to. So, well, looks like now we're at 23:20. So, like I said, again, I like doing these videos on stuff that I can't find because that means if I can't find it, more than likely, nobody else can. So I like doing videos on stuff like that. So I'm doing a video on this 460 here because how many people do you know that has put a 460 in a 94 F-150? I read a story a couple months back. Chevrolet come out with their Chevrolet regular single cab truck 454 Super Sport. They did a series of them trucks. Ford was going to do the same thing. They were going to call it F-150, whatever it was, and put a 460 in it. That fell through. That never happened. They come out with the Lightning, but they never put a big block in one of those trucks. And I've always wanted to know why. The story I was reading didn't say why, so I'm real curious to find out why. I'm sure I'll find out why. But this 460 is not built or anything. It's got a pretty hefty carburetor on it. It's got a mean ass carburetor on it. But other than that, I mean, there's not really much done to it. I've tweaked the motor a little bit. I've advanced the timing. I put an HEI distributor in it. It's got with vacuum advance, all that. And I gasket match the heads. That might make, a little bit more power. I'm going to run an electric fan. That might add a little bit. I'm going to probably run, for the most part, open exhaust. That's probably going to help a little bit. Need to find me some headers for it. But anyway, I'm going to work on this week here, and get this side done, did the rear end this weekend. And we'll see what we can come up with, see if we can get this thing out of here and this 460 back in here. And hopefully we can make something happen with this 460. I can't wait to get this thing on the road, because I need to rebuild that motor in that little Toyota I got. That'd be fun. So, but I don't want to start on that till I get this truck done. I've got stuff around the house I got to do anyway. I got other little projects I really need to be working on. That over there, that air compressor over there, that's gas powered, that needs work. That pressure washer needs work. Pretty much that stuff needs work except the air compressor. So I got little stuff I got to work on. That push mower over there has got work. I got another push mower around the building that needs work. I got stuff in here that needs work, so I'm probably going to be loaded up this summer. But if you in South Carolina, if you close to Table Rock, you need something worked on, depending on what it is, I can help you. Got any questions or anything? Let me know. Holler at me. We're at 26 minutes now. We over what I thought it was going to be, which that's my fault, really. So, guys, I appreciate it. Any comments? I know this video is long. I know I've rambled. I know I have, but I like getting on here and just, I guess, talking. But I definitely want to put forth some effort into trying to help other people figure things out. By no means, I'm no master mechanic or nothing like that. I like working on cars. I'm real big into cars, or trucks, I guess. So, guys, if you, I love mechanicking. So, you guys, keep it in between the ditches.